Hi, I'm Heidi Miller. In this how-to video, I'm going to take you step by step through the fundamentals. The fundamentals are warm-up exercises, basic cues, and vocabulary. Keep in mind, this has not been modified for someone with a spine injury. If you have a spine injury, check out your local Pilates teacher and work with someone one-on-one. Let's get started. So from here, when we're lying down on the mat, the first thing we want to bring our attention to is the pelvis. So it's nice to place the heel of your hands on the hip bones and your fingertips toward the pubic bone. Your feet and knees will be hip distance apart. And notice how you can backward tilt the pelvis, which is pressing the lower spine into the mat, and notice that the pubic bone then faces up a little towards the ceiling and up the wall, and the tailbone is lifted off the mat. Now notice the other direction of arching your back, which puts the pubic bone facing down towards the mat and back is arching a lot. We want to find the middle place where the pubic bone, the very front of the pelvis, is nice and level like a tabletop, and the back of the pelvis feels wide and flat. Now we also want the back rib cage here to remain as close to the mat as we can. If we're a little tight back here, that will take some work. But most importantly, we'll start with the pelvis. Now placing your hands along the lower abdominal area between navel, pubic bone, and hip bones, I want you to see if you can keep the pelvis level. And as you exhale through an open mouth like you're fogging a mirror, feel those muscles deepening in towards your low spine. So actively drawing them in. Now another part of the core that helps to engage and draw those muscles in is going to be the pelvic floor engagement, which is also the bathroom muscles, or commonly called the Kegel muscles. So if you squeeze your sits bones a little bit, make sure you don't move the pelvis and elevate the pelvic floor. Draw these lower belly muscles in towards the spine as much as you can. You also will feel that the navel starts to draw in towards the spine. But we want all these muscles to work. Now we also want our rib cage to be pulling back into the mat strongly without moving the pelvis, and our shoulder blades are going to draw down into our back. So as we reach your arms long and keep the shoulders wide, abdominals are in, and we're going to see if we can do a basic movement here in keeping the neck long. We're going to inhale, we're going to float the leg into tabletop position, pointing the foot a little bit, keeping the knee right above the hip, and we lower it down. And as we alternate legs, our goal here is to try not to change the position of the pelvis. So it's as if you have a level sitting on your pelvis here, and you're trying to keep it nice and still. So inhaling as we lift, feeling the abdominals in. Exhale as you lower, feeling like as you move the leg up and down, we're just bending from the hip. The knee just stays at a right angle. So from here, we're going to lift the right leg up, keeping the abdominals in, pelvis still and heavy as you bring the other leg up. And then we bring the right leg down and then the other. It helps to imagine a sense of weight sitting down onto the pelvis to lift the second leg up. You can think of this as one of your weight centers. So let's do that again. We lift the right leg up. I feel the weight in my hips with my abdominals in, and then I exhale and I bring the other one up to meet it. So this is a nice exercise to do as we warm up. Another fundamental movement that we do for warm-ups and just aligning our sense of stability in the pelvis is called a heel slide. So we can slide the leg out at the same time drawing our abdominals and waist into the mat and draw the leg in. Exhale, stretch the leg out. Inhale, draw it in. So this really emphasizes our second weight center, which is across the rib cage. So as we draw our ribs into the mat, we're trying to keep that weight down with our hips level and down. So there's 1, 2 weight centers. The third weight center is right in the sternum between the shoulder blades. So shoulder blades are engaged, sternum is heavy and in, neck is long. Exhaling, abs in and up. and inhale in. Okay, another fundamental here is a pelvic tilt, where we roll our low spine into the mat and then we rock forward. As we're rolling our low spine back, which is tilting the tailbone up towards the knees, and then rocking forward, we want to feel the back of these leg muscles, the hamstrings, work a little bit so that we create length in these muscles. So abdominals are scooping in, arms are long, and we curl the low back into the mat and then back down. So this, when we move the spine in Pilates, it's called curling because we're creating length as we curl. The other curl is the upper abdominal curl. So we're going to place our hands behind our head, shoulder blades are engaged and down. And as I exhale, I'm going to contract these ribs together so that I can feel a hinging action here, which is called a rib cage hinge. Okay, so from here, I'm going to keep my pelvis level, abdominals in, and as I exhale, I keep the neck long and I curl into the rib cage hinge, which should end you at the bottom of the shoulder blades. And then rolling back down, imagining that I'm articulating through each vertebrae of that upper spine. So I'm going to bring the head up by keeping the neck long, shoulders engaged, deep in the belly and deep in the ribs as I exhale. Inhale down. Let the exhale lead you here. And inhale down. Articulating one vertebrae at a time. Exhale up. And inhale down. Another exercise in the fundamental package here is called rib cage arms. The arms are up towards the ceiling, the shoulder blades are drawing down and in, ribs are pulling back, hips are level, and I'm going to keep reminding you of that because we tend to move it back. Low belly from navel down is in. So we're holding everything to the mat in all three weight centers, and our head is nice and long away from the shoulders. We see if we can move the arms back towards the wall without moving the rib cage, and then bring the arms back up. So try that on an exhale. So you can exhale your ribs down, shoulders in, abs in, all three weight centers pressing into the mat, and bring the arms up. Again, exhale. And inhale up. One more time. Exhale. And inhale up. So those are just some of the fundamentals that we use and language that we use in our Pilates work. Check out the breathing and core engagement video as well as the fundamental workout video. Thanks for working through this tutorial video with me. If you'd like to learn more exercises, check out my other how-to videos. And if you'd like to apply these to a workout, check out my workout videos. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any other videos. Thank you and have a fabulous day.